apologize for going on monologues consistently, but I feel that folk music, you're supposed to talk about the shit. Let me just tell you real quick that where I live in Richmond, Virginia, if you study U.S. history, you'll know it's the former capital of the Confederacy of the United States. And there are a lot of things in 2010 that have not changed. There are monuments to all the Confederate quote-unquote heroes, Jeff Stewart, Jeff Davis, Robert E. Lee, and so on. There is nothing for the people who broke their fucking backs and their hands were bleeding to make these fucking white people filthy fucking rich. Funny thing for me to say, as coming from the privileged fucking class, but because I have an empathy gene, I fucking can't handle some of this shit. Let me tell you that I'm going to dedicate this song to the late, great Howard Zinn for teaching me to look into other ways of reading history. If you don't know who Howard Zinn is, Howard Zinn is a spiritual activist and historian who changed my fucking life. If it was not for him, I wouldn't understand the secrets of the city that I live in. If you ever drive through Richmond, Virginia, and go down 95 South, Interstate 95 South, note that you are driving over a slave cemetery. That's what white people do to poor fucking people. They pave over their remains. If you look to your left, to the east, there is a slave cemetery below a parking lot owned by Virginia Commonwealth University. There are some things that are inherently wrong. Does anyone know the name Gabriel Prosser? My conscience says he's the one that history missed. A blacksmith by trade off in Brookfield Plantation. The Henrico County slave for the owner's Thomas. If you listen closely, you'll hear the words perfect. The Caribbean uprising caught fire in this land. Up and down the James River, the Monkey and Appomattox, tobacco soil gone bad for the movement of the blacks. 9 years before, down in Santo Domingo, slaves refused to submit and took the right of all man. Virginia whites got nervous with armed militias as blacks inspired, plotted, and passed on their plans. Mr. Prosser's Gabriel, as smart as he was strong, a head of keloid scars remind him knowing right and wrong. Voted General at 24 in the year of 1800, haunted by the hymns and wailing of his fellow slaves. Now does anyone know the name Gabriel Prosser? My conscience says he's the one that history missed. A blacksmith by trade up in Brookfield Plantation, a Henrico County slave born to owner Thomas. He was on an August night outside of Richmond, Virginia. Gabriel's men gathered as their owners they slept. Some would burn city streets to attract residents and masters, while others took the Capitol and freed convicts. Well, the whites, they knew nothing, never seen what could hit them. Nothing like this could happen with their carefree black men. But think about freedom, now think about slavery.
Shit, fuck!
Blacks armed themselves with muskets, homemade bayonets. With a white flag on the Capitol, all blacks they would rise. White spared would all lose an arm. You're a coward if you own men for profit and greed. You're the coward of all, and for all you must bleed. Now does anyone know the name Gabriel Prosser? My conscience says he's the one that history missed. A blacksmith by trade up in Brookfield Plantation, a Henrico County slave born to owner Thomas. Pharaoh and Tom ratted out Gabriel Prosser. Their owner was Mosby, a neighbor of him. They say the sky seems seas of rain and lightning. On the night of August 30th, one couldn't see nor stand. The militias let loose to the swamps as they imprisoned his men. Flag a boat whose captain was a Methodist preacher, but a traitor slave turned him in the end. They hung Gabriel down and brought him 15th Street. Lord, he would not give a word up on his men. But he took that news and he took it with honor. He's buried beneath parked cars now in pavement. There's no monument, there's no stone here to see him. Just black asphalt flanked by high-rise hospital chains. If I had it my way, we'd see memorials climbing to a true and honest hero, Prosper's Gabriel. Now, does anyone know the name Gabriel Prosper?
I do.
My conscience says he's the one that history missed. A blacksmith by trade off in Brookfield Plantation, an Henrico County slave